Finally, do you know the future, guys? The future is this. The future is you guys. So you take this sound and take it to the rest of the world. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Awesome. As to add on hiyo sauti ya mambo ya Sauti Sol, they also work with Sauti Sol closely. One thing about life, the only thing that never changes, it changes itself. And every generation has its own Joshua. Sauti Sol tumekuwa now for that while, and they've done tremendously well for industry and for Africa, and they'll always be there. What Akina Ethan and Kinoti are bringing, they are the new Joshua into the future, just like what's happening in COVID. And it's a beautiful thing to see this happening in our lifetime.
Navyokupenda huongezeka zaidi kila jioni. Navyokupenda huongezeka zaidi kila jioni. Jioni, 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 kila jioni. Jioni, 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 kila jioni.
Just a quick question.
Before we finish, maybe can you tell us how you guys, the two of you, how you met and maybe what has kept you together? Because working together, it's not easy, but you guys are still working together. We would like to know how you guys get to know each other.
Okay, so Ethan and I met at a competition like 3 years ago. We were competing for guitar, and he ended up winning. I came in third. So what happened after that, he'd seen some of my performances. I was just starting out in playing music, performing rather. So he saw some of the songs that I performed, and he was like, you know what, I think this song would do so good in studio, you should come through, and then we record. We recorded the song and then we lost the files. But later on, having seen the experience of what that was for me, I was like, you know what, I actually want to do, I want to record my music. So I hit him up like 5-6 months later, and I was like, I think I'm ready. And he was like, you know what, let's do it. So from 3 years ago, we've just been working together, making music when we can, just pushing each other. And I'd say he literally just got me into the game, man. So yeah.
And it's so interesting that you're saying it like that, Ju. I feel like the moment Kin and I started working together, push yake, yani the way anajituma, the way anaweka kazi, kama it helps to keep my fire burning, you know. Ju unajua ukiwa ukipatana na mtu na pia ako as excited about music as you are, you feel like you're not alone in the journey. So thank you, man.
Thank you, Mazi.
Yeah.
Bless man.
Just to ask, because I've seen you quite a number of times performing before, and if I'm not wrong, I stand corrected, you used to work with King Kaka Empire. Yeah, so how is it from when you started and now? And number two, because Sauti Sol has announced they're closing down Sauti Sol. Do you think you're the next Sauti Sol? Are you taking the space, or who do you want to take the space if it's you?
Well, the journey for me genuinely has been very imekuwa eye-opening. Kuna vitu mingi zenye nimelearn along the way. Kuna so many people wenye nimemeet along the way. So hapo tu naweza sema the journey imekuwa poa. Just isn't too much into the details. Lakini about the second question is about
Sauti Sol.
About Sauti Sol. Well, I feel like I really love Sauti Sol, obviously, manze, yani vitu wamefanya for the industry. But labda ni juu we're not particularly a band. Yeah. So ni ngumu kusema we are the next Sauti Sol, but na feel wame kutengeneza a very beautiful way for everybody.
Yeah.
At least hivyo sio inamaanisha we can also create things now from penye unajua penye wameiweka.
Yeah, tunacheki standard yenye wamefika and we are like, okay, if that is achievable, what more can we achieve with the amount of time that they have? And pia inatupea two goals, tunaangalia tuko like, okay, wamefika level fulani, it's only fair that we surpass that because it's eye-opening for the generation in itakam. So that 10 years down the line, when people look at us, they're like, you know what, Ethan and Kinoti got to a certain point. I think it's about time we surpassed it. Just to bring that culture, to bring that psyche, you know, vitu zingine ziache kukaa unachievable, like playing stadiums and doing all these things that are done around the world. We want to make them happen, and I feel like it's about time we got to doing that.
The reason why I've said Sauti Sol is because the genre that you're doing is almost the same. You're doing a genre that almost look the same as Sauti Sol. Now, do you think wakibreak, I mean, and of course they're going to be single artists, do you think that you can give a push to be able to get to the standard that they were? That was the question.
I get you. No, genuinely, I actually feel like when people will start to talk about like the journey of Kenyan music, and I feel ni kama with what we are doing, this is a pivot. Kutakuwa na very significant moments of time that people will be talking about, and this moment, two independent artists, anyway, we're not even trying to be mainstream, filling up stadiums, filling up malls that is in a shutdown. Watu tutakuwa naongelelea about vitu kama hizo, and one of those things itakuwa KICC. So I feel like tuko genuinely in that trajectory and in that space already. What like big Kenyan artists are doing, and so I'm happy that tuko kwa hiyo space.
The vision can only grow bigger, and I feel like Friday for us is the beginning of something new. Not only for us, but for so many people. The levels to which Kenyan music the heights to which Kenyan music can go to, itakuwa so clear that by the time tunaangalia back on Friday, on Saturday or Sunday, people will be like, you know what, we as Kenyan artists can actually do it.
And maybe lastly, you can't go without me asking this stupid question. I know it's just a common one. Was that stage in Ulipanda and people didn't give you the vibe that you were expecting? Has there been one? And number two, ushai kutoka kwa stage uambiwe toka?
I feel like for me hizo experiences imekuwa, but way earlier on, I think like 2 years back, I was playing at a show, and then after I did like 2 songs, actually it's only my friends, like 5 of them walikuwa, and then just some few other people. It was at a club per se. And then after playing my first 3 songs, the person who was emceeing akaniambia ninyamaze, DJ acheze. Wase wamesema wanataka kuenjoy DJ kiasi. So that's happened to me, honestly. Ilikuwa demoralizing, but inakupea tu hiyo bidii ya kusonga.
You now.
Man.
Perhaps to add on what hizo kwanza kwa toka stage ni za comedy. Hizo ni za comedy. Perhaps as to add on hiyo sauti ya mambo ya Sauti Sol, they also work with Sauti Sol closely. One thing about life, the only thing that never changes itself, and every generation has its own Joshua. Sauti Sol tumekuwa now for that while, and they've done tremendously well for industry and for Africa, and they'll always be there. What Akina Ethan and Kinoti bringing, they are the new Joshua into the future, just like what's happening in comedy, and it's a beautiful thing to see this happening in our lifetime.
Kuna any surprise acts on Friday? Of course, it's a one-man show, of course. But like a surprise, maybe some collaborations that you've been working on and was done on Friday. Kuna mtu like hint kidogo angalau?
Yes, kuna songs unreleased zenye tutawafanyia ka spice hapo. Na some of them, I think around 2 of them at least in my set are people that I'm sure you will love.
Exclusively.
It'll be the Friday mkuje. See her test.
So another question is,
this Friday, have you invited maybe other artists wanakuja kujoin up na nini?
Yes. So hata exactly kutakuwa na already since tuko na collaborations we released in the past.
Yeah.
Some of them will join and zenye tumework on tunaweza cheza a few tu za kuonjesha.
Yeah.
Na Wakenya sana wangependa kujua the type of music yenye mnacheza. Maybe is it gengeton, is it amapiano, ama what type of music?
Well, personally, ni like a yangu naita sway, so ni kama Swahili na R&B na neo soul, but over time I feel like the more tunafanya kazi the more itaenda ikijidefine exactly what the music is. Yeah.
For me it's also just a fusion of Afro soul and just R&B, just trying to quote unquote Africanize it, just find a way to express ourselves within the R&B and Afro soul space. Yeah.
Thank you. I think we can finish there.
Finally, do you know the future, guys? The future is this. The future is you guys. So you take this sound and take it to the rest of the world. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Spread the word.